Hello, and welcome to my review of No Man's Sky in general, but specifically focusing on the recently released Nintendo Switch version. All the clips in this video were captured from my Switch while playing through the game recently. Now, I have spent over 150 hours in No Man's Sky on the PS4, and was one of the early adopters since the game came out in 2016. I remember being so hyped for this game, and the prospect of exploring an entire procedurally generated universe with my friends. I remember the debacle that is now known as No Man's Lie, and the flack, rightfully so at the time, that Sean Murray and Hello Games got for claiming that it was possible, however rare, for players to come into contact with one another, when in fact that was an outright lie that was called out by data miners and determined individuals who found the same planet and location on said planet, yet could not see their friends at all. Now, fast forward a couple years, and with the next update for the game, that once upon a time lie was retroactively made into an actual reality through the efforts of the team at Hello Games. Sean Murray's initial vision for the game, the one in which he should have been honest about not coming to fruition yet back in 2016 when the game was released, is now true. Now, after countless updates to the game, it has been reworked so much that it is not nearly the same game as when it was released. That said, with the Switch version of the game, we are in a weird position where the game has all the updates and features added since launch, with a couple caveats. Firstly, the biggest elephant in the room is the omission of multiplayer again. Now, it must be bared in mind that we are talking about the Switch, and it is amazing that Hello Games was able to port such an ambitious game to the system at all, and that it runs as well as it does. It has neither been confirmed nor refuted that the multiplayer and crossplay, which is available on all other consoles and PC, will be added in the future. At this time, it is up in the air as to whether that will happen or not. Now, the second thing that has been removed from the Switch version is the settlements feature, which apparently again has to do with hardware constraints. You can still construct bases, but not entire towns and cities with the architecture unique to settlements. You cannot be an overseer. But besides those two things, to my knowledge, the entire rest of the game and all its features are present in this port. I was very disappointed by this news when I first heard it, and I almost swore off the Switch version altogether. But I picked it up on one of the most recent sales in the Switch eShop, and I have been getting re-hooked to this amazing game all over again. Being able to play it on the go and take it with me on trips is a very nice feature, and although it's not multiplayer as of yet, and it may never be, it is still online capable, and you can upload all of your discoveries, your bases, and the like, provided you have access to an internet connection where you are at the time. Where it gets interesting for me, in my experience, is how much it throws me back to the early days of the game, while still including all the content from the updates. Simply knowing that it is not currently possible to run into any other player, let alone link up with your friends, changes the ambiance and the vibe of the game completely. You really feel alone in the universe, yet there are still impacts made by other players out there that reminds you, in a sense, you're not alone. You're not alone. Even if you can't see them or personally interact with them, they're out there. And they're naming planets and, blowing holes through them, and it creates a unique feeling that, in my opinion, has not been recreated in any other game out there. Now, I find myself, after putting in almost 40 hours in the Switch version of No Man's Sky, actually okay with the lack of multiplayer on Switch, possibly because I have the option on PlayStation, and I legitimately enjoy the different atmosphere that isn't present when playing with friends, or even playing solo knowing that it's possible to come across another player. No Man's Sky is a game that, while I'm reluctant to admit it, shines the most while playing alone. I've always been more of a multiplayer, especially a co-op type of gamer, but I have my moments with single-player games. I prefer to play with friends and family whenever possible, but I'm also a big fan of the Metal Gear and Legends of Zelda franchises, which, with a couple exceptions, is a mainly single-player-driven set of experiences. So with that in mind, I must say that this game is an absolute banger while flying solo, and is still great fun with your buds. It's just a different experience having help and company while you explore space. Now, in this game, you get your own ship, or ships rather, exosuit, multi-tool, and set off to chart unknown space. Get to the center of each of the 255 galaxies, which is, I think there's like 18 quintillion planets. You can meet and either be led or reject. You can be led by or reject an implied god, meet other sentient species, catalog planets, animals, and plants, the former of which you can adopt as companions. You can name and claim territories, build outposts wherever you like, and even engage in combat. You can be an intrepid explorer, a lawless pirate, a bounty hunter. You can excavate archaeological digs, exterminate hostile and horrifying alien creatures, amass your own fleet of ships, and you can even be a space merchant. This video game is unlike any other before it, and it is an ultimate sandbox sci-fi fantasy experience that begs to be played by anyone who is a fan of all things space. In summary, I would say that no matter what system you are playing on, No Man's Sky is a game that is worthy of your attention and is absolutely a fun time, alone or with others. Now, if you got this far into the video, I just want to thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. This has been Novus Phoenix, and I'm out of here.